Imagine a world where China quietly cracks the code to the world's most advanced chip technology, 3nm chips, without anyone noticing. A world where they leap ahead in the global tech race, surpassing the West with almost invisible effort. It may sound like a far-fetched dream, but it's happening right now. Huawei, the tech giant once battered by sanctions, has confirmed it is secretly testing an EUV, extreme ultraviolet machine, a tool that could completely reshape the semiconductor industry. But what does this mean for the future, and how did Huawei manage to get here? Stick around to uncover the truth behind this massive tech development, because this is a bombshell no one saw coming. Tech enthusiasts, if you're new here, we dive deep into the biggest breakthroughs and most thrilling technological developments. Today's story is unlike any other. It's not just big news. It could be a game-changing turning point in the global tech landscape. Before we break it down, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. You won't want to miss out because this is more than just news. It's the future unfolding in real time. Semiconductors are the backbone of the modern world. They power everything from smartphones to cars, AI systems, and cutting-edge technologies. For decades, the West, especially the US and Europe, has dominated semiconductor manufacturing, with companies like TSMC and Intel leading the charge. At the core of this dominance is extreme ultraviolet lithography, EUV, a groundbreaking technology that allows companies to make 7 nanometers, 5 nanometers, and even 3 nanometers chips, shrinking circuits to unprecedented scales. But here's the problem. China has been locked out of this advanced technology. In 2020, US sanctions hit Chinese tech firms like Huawei and SMIC hard, blocking the sale of EUV machines from ASML, the Dutch company that leads the world in EUV technology. With the West controlling access to EUV, many experts predicted that China would fall behind for decades, perhaps even 15 years. The assumption was that without EUV technology, China couldn't produce the smallest, most advanced chips, stalling their tech growth. But instead of waiting for these restrictions to lift, China has taken matters into its own hands. In March 2025, the tech world was rocked by an unexpected revelation. Huawei confirmed it is testing a homegrown EUV machine. This breakthrough is happening at their Dong'an facility in China, and it could be a game-changer. This isn't just a rumor. Credible sources like DigiTimes and Tech Power Up have verified it. Trial production is expected to begin in Q3 2025, with mass production slated for 2026. If successful, Huawei and China could bring the West's EUV monopoly to its knees. This development is monumental. It's not just about a single machine. It's about China taking a giant leap forward in chip manufacturing. This breakthrough could level the playing field, and if successful, shift the entire balance of power in global tech. But how did Huawei pull this off? To understand how this happened, we need to look back at Huawei's history. In 2019, Huawei was at the peak of its power, dominating the global smartphone market. But then, the US government accused Huawei of being a national security threat and imposed harsh sanctions. These sanctions cut Huawei off from critical technologies, including advanced chips and software. ASML, under pressure from the US, stopped sending EUV machines to China, leaving SMIC, Huawei's main chip supplier, with outdated deep ultraviolet lithography, DUV technology. SMIC's technology could only produce chips down to 7 nanometers, while the West was already pushing toward 3 nanometers and beyond. At this point, China's ambitions seemed doomed. They were shut out of the most advanced chip tools, and the path to developing their own cutting-edge chips appeared blocked. But instead of giving up, Huawei and China doubled down on innovation. They invested billions into research and development, bringing together the brightest minds to build their own EUV ecosystem from scratch. They weren't just trying to survive, they were determined to defy the odds. And now, in 2025, their gamble is starting to pay off. So, what's powering this secret 3 nanometers machine? Enter Laser-Induced Discharge Plasma (LDP). This is a new approach to EUV, distinct from the laser-produced plasma (LPP) technology used by ASML. While LPP involves vaporizing tin with a high-powered laser to generate EUV light, LDP works by vaporizing tin between electrodes and then zapping it with a high-voltage discharge to create plasma. This plasma emits EUV light at the precise 13.5 nanometers wavelength needed for etching the tiny 3 nanometers circuits. The LDP-based EUV system has several advantages over ASML's $350 million LPP machines. It's simpler, more compact, and significantly cheaper. Reports from Huawei Central and WCF Tech confirm that the LDP-based EUV system is already being tested at Huawei's Dong'an facility. If this technology proves successful, it could disrupt the entire semiconductor industry and force companies like ASML to reevaluate their monopolistic hold over the EUV market. Huawei isn't working alone. SMIC, China's top semiconductor foundry, is also involved in this effort. Together, they're not just trying to catch up, they're planning to leapfrog the West. In January 2025, the South China Morning Post reported a breakthrough from a Harbin-based team working on EUV light source technology, also targeting the critical 13.5 nanometers wavelength. It's clear China is moving at a rapid pace, and this coordinated push could enable them to leap from 7 nanometers to 3 nanometers in just a few short years. Why is 3 nanometers so important? Simply put, smaller chips mean more processing power, less energy consumption, and vastly improved performance. The impact of 3 nanometers chips could revolutionize everything from smartphones to AI and autonomous vehicles. With 3 nanometers chips, your next phone could run advanced AI models directly on the device. Cars could drive themselves with minimal errors, and breakthroughs in quantum computing could accelerate. For years, the West has been the leader in 3 nanometers chip development. TSMC is already manufacturing 3 nanometers chips for Apple, and Intel is betting on them to regain market share. But if China can produce 3 nanometers chips domestically, they won't just be joining the game. They'll have the potential to rewrite the rules. Huawei's ability to produce 3 nanometers chips in China would be a huge leap forward, and it could shift the global tech balance in a matter of months. If Huawei and SMIC succeed, the global semiconductor landscape will never be the same. ASML's monopoly on EUV technology could be at risk. For years, ASML has been the undisputed leader in providing high-end EUV machines to TSMC, Intel, and other chip makers. But a cheaper, homegrown EUV system from Huawei could flood the market, undercutting ASML's $350 million machines and making EUV technology more accessible to a broader range of manufacturers. This shift would have serious implications for Western chip makers. TSMC and Intel aren't trembling yet, but they're definitely watching closely. If China ramps up production in 2026, the balance of power in semiconductor manufacturing could be forever altered. The U.S. sanctions aimed at stalling China's tech sector may have backfired. Instead of slowing their progress, they've ignited a massive investment in innovation. Even companies like NVIDIA are warning investors about Huawei's progress in AI chips. That said, there are still significant challenges ahead. China remains years behind the West in terms of production scale, and Huawei's LDP technology is still unproven. There could be trial glitches or delays, and yields, the percentage of usable chips, could fall short of TSMC's established processes. This story isn't just about chips, it's about tech sovereignty. China wants to become self-reliant in semiconductor manufacturing, and the 3 nanometers EUV breakthrough is a clear indication that they are taking matters into their own hands. Huawei's new R&D campus in Shanghai is already recruiting some of the world's best chip experts to build lithography machines from scratch. Xi Jinping has made self-reliance a national priority, and this move to develop homegrown EUV technology shows China is serious. The road to full self-reliance won't be easy, but the fact that China has made such rapid strides in the face of sanctions is a testament to their determination and ambition. Huawei's EUV trial is confirmed, and the 3 nanometers plan is real. China is charging ahead toward a potential tech revolution that could change everything. Will they topple the West's dominance in semiconductor manufacturing? It's too soon to tell. But one thing is clear, the game has changed. This isn't just a David versus Goliath story anymore. It's about Goliath learning to fight back with a slingshot he built himself. By Q3 2025, we'll know if Huawei's new EUV machine is the real deal. Until then, the world will be watching and holding its breath. So what do you think? Can China pull this off? Or is the West still in control? Drop your thoughts below, I read every comment. If you want to see more about chip wars, AI breakthroughs, or other tech innovations, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates.